You do one-shot Porygon 2. How often do you see a Porygon 2 get one-shot? Okay, and now they get Tyranitar in, but how well are you taking that? So, like I said in my video about my team of 6 starter Pokemon, every Thursday this month, a team built around a starter that was not featured already in that video. And I'm going to be picking starters that I especially like here for the most part. So I think there's no better place to start than the star of my very first game, Pokemon Silver. I played a lot of hours on that save file. I still have the cartridge, but of course the file is long gone. But let's honor a fallen hero now with my Silver version starter, Feraligatr. Now, Feraligatr is a tricky Pokemon to find a niche for in Regulation H, because what does it do? It gets sheer force, and it hits hard with water-type attacks. It also can set up with Dragon Dance and Swords Dance, but it is a pure water type, and it is... while the obvious thing to do with it is to run it on a rain team, it is kind of directly competing for a spot with Basculegion, which has the benefit of the Ghost typing and Swift Swim, even a higher base attack stat too, to set it apart from Feraligatr. So I thought for a while about a Feraligatr set. I was like, I could do Terra Ghost to cover for Fake Out. I can run a setup attack, you know, get Pelipper to support it with Rain. But no matter what I do, I still have trouble with Basculegion. So then I thought, all right, well, why don't I just run both? So that's going to be Feraligatr's niche on this team. This kind of thing, honestly, often doesn't work in VGC, but we'll see how it goes. Feraligatr is here to also throw off strong water-type attacks, along with his teammate Basculegion, and hopefully bringing both of them, I can overwhelm opponents, at least in some matchups. So we'll round out the rest of a rain team from there. Our Chaladon is kind of the obvious Pokemon to go with next, right? Bringing something to the table that Feraligatr and Basculegion don't, able to help cover some of their problem matchups with probably an Assault Vest set with the Electro Shot in Rain. And I can run Stamina to boost its defense. I can give it Stamina boosts with Mouse Hold. That can also give redirection support to Feraligatr in order to enable it to set up with whatever setup move I choose, either Swords Dance or Dragon Dance. And then I can also throw off strong population bombs, and I can even use manual Rain Dance on Mouse Hold to really make sure I get my weather up, given how committed I am to a weather team here. And finally, I probably want a grass type, and it seems like the popular one on Rain Team these days is Amoonguss, which makes sense because it can give more redirection support to the attackers and to our Chaladon, and it can heal our Chaladon with Pollen Puff. I could also run Rillaboom, but it feels like Amoonguss is the call right now. So these are the 6 Pokemon I'm looking at, and now let's cut to the finished team. And so here it is. I decided to go with Swords Dance Feraligatr for the real extra power boost beyond what a Dragon Dance would give it, just going all in on the attack stat. I also can run Aqua Jet, which is not boosted by sheer force, but is boosted by Rain and Swords Dance, so that Feraligatr can land strong attacks with priority. Terra Ghost is here to cover for Fake Out because I don't have Protect on this set. And then we've got a pretty standard Basculegion, pretty standard Pelipper, pretty standard Assault Vest or Chaladon, I think. I don't know if Terra Grass is common right now, but I feel like I like its defensive profile on this slightly unwieldy team. You know, not super well-balanced core here. Just committing hard to the rain mode to try to overwhelm things. And so, against certain kinds of opponents that try to counter that, I think Terra Grass could come in handy. The Mouse Hold is exactly as I said, running Population Bomb, Follow Me, and Rain Dance. Mouse Hold can of course side Population Bomb to set up our Chaladon, as well as giving redirection support and hitting opponents hard and helping me keep the weather up. And then I didn't do anything crazy with the Amoonguss set either. So hopefully with the right teammates we can kind of make Feraligatr put in some work here. Let's see. As our first opponent is running a Sun team with Charizard, interestingly. So they've got their own slightly unusual starter here. They also have Incineroar. And it's Jumpluff stuff with Torkoal, Ursaluna, Porygon 2. It's a version of a Sun team that I know is somewhat common in the meta right now, but that I'm not super familiar with personally. So I don't necessarily know how best to attack it, but I mean, I want to win the weather war for sure. So I think into this, I am actually going to lead Feraligatr. If I can just start throwing off Liquidation and Rain, that's going to do a lot to most of this team. Maybe I actually should be running a Clear Amulet on Feraligatr instead of the Life Orb. But, I don't know, the Life Orb pairs really nicely with Sheer Force. Let's lead Feraligatr or Chaladon, Pelipper in the back, and then I can switch Pelipper into whichever slot is more favorable. And I do kind of want to just double down and bring Basculage in. I also like Mouse Hold here. I also like Amoonguss to counter a Trick Room mode. I'm just going to bring Basculage in and commit to this team's identity, at least in this first game. So we see Torkoal and Jumpluff leading off, so I do think I want to just Liquidation the Torkoal slot and switch our Chaladon out to Pelipper. They can set Manual Sunny Day, and they do. Okay, so they got me with that. We still got some good damage into Torkoal, and they miss an Overheated to Pelipper, so Pelipper's Sash is still intact. Kind of want to just go for my Swords Dance here, but Feraligatr could be taking a Sleep Powder or something this turn. But it's not like I could protect Feraligatr. Let's just do it anyway. And let's go for the let's go for a Tailwind actually. So if they set Tailwind, I can match it. Yeah. Although Feraligatr is still faster than Torkoal already. But here, it's Eject Pack Torkoal. They're able to get it out and go Incineroar here. Of course, I don't have Protect on Feraligatr. I don't especially want to Terra Ghost in front of this, so I think I'm just going to Liquidation the Incineroar slot anyway. Actually, yeah, I am going to do that, and I'm just going to go for a Fire Weather Ball into Jumpluff. Okay, they redirect the Liquidation, but we'll KO Jumpluff here. At the cost of Pelipper, but now I can get Mouse Hold in and set Manual Rain if I want. Oh, I didn't bring Mouse Hold. Never mind, I can't do that. Alright, our Chaladon then. But this Charizard is going to do so much damage. But I doubt it one-shots Feraligatr, so I'm just going to Liquidation into the Charizard. And I don't have Protect on our Chaladon either with the Assault Vest. I don't want to click Electro Shot without Rain, so I'm just going to double into Charizard, I guess. Heat Wave does a lot to both of my Pokemon, but it doesn't get a KO. Liquidation clean knocks Charizard out, even in the sun. We'll chip Incineroar there. Feraligatr will take a Parting Shot, but that only knocks it down to, you know, +0 attack. And their sun is almost gone. They can't set it back up after this. Feraligatr taking another Intimidate isn't ideal. But what I can do here, I think, is... I was going to click Terra Ghost. Actually, it might be worth it. Because then I can get Basculegion in with no sun. It'll be faster than their Pokemon, and I can just start knocking things out. But chipping Torkoal some more probably doesn't hurt, so it's probably the best use for my Terra at this point. So I am just going to Terra Ghost and Liquidation Torkoal, and I'll double into Torkoal, I guess. They go Terra Fire, but yeah, the Fake Out doesn't work on Feraligatr. I saved the Terra Ghost for just the right moment there, and look at that, they forfeit. And even if they got a KO with Incineroar, which I don't think they would, because I think it would just be knocked out by the next Liquidation, I still then would have Basculegion in the back so to win the game. So doubling up on the physical water types could really have paid off there. But we'll see if the next opponent has fewer fire or water weaknesses. Actually, no, this person has 3 water weaknesses. They do also have the Scrafty. Hope I don't run into Intimidate every game. But it happens, it happens. But Feraligatr looks pretty strong here as well, actually. Apart from having the Scrafty to deal with. And I can... This team doesn't seem to have any weather, so into this team I can just lead Pelipper and threaten Scrafty with Hurricane, or threaten a Hurricane into most of the rest of this, or Weather Ball into Talonflame. So let's just lead Feraligatr Pelipper, bring Basculegion in the back, and... I can bring our Chaladon again. It's not the worst idea. But you know what? Let's bring Mouse Hold. And then if the Volcarona starts to get going, we can threaten a Population Bomb into it. Okay, Primarina Volcarona. There could be a Terra Grass coming from this. So I might want to just Terra Feraligatr here. Problem is I do make it more vulnerable to Hyper Voice. But are they going to use Hyper Voice turn 1? I see that they disconnected. Hopefully they'll reconnect. I'm just going to throw off a Liquidation right away and a Weather Ball. No, a Hurricane to cover for the Grass Terra into Volcarona. As They did come back, and we did just KO Volcarona with the Liquidation. We also get the Hurricane Confusion into Primarina and the self-hit. That's unfortunate for my opponent. They came back from a disconnect for that. Oh, man. And they forfeit. Alright, well that was a quick one, but Feraligatr sure put in work. Let's see what's next. Okay, this person has Snow with Annihilate, so probably some screen stuff. Sneasler, Trick Room, Size Spam stuff. Could be hard to deal with. I think I like leading Feraligatr Mouse Hold into this, and then I can click Rain Dance turn 1, or I can click Population Bomb, or I can switch to Pelipper. Gives me a number of options there. And I don't think I mind a Moongus here, but I also don't think I mind Basculegion here. Let's just bring Basculegion because that's more fun. Okay. You see Sneasler and Armarouge, so they can fake out Feraligatr here. In this matchup, I don't really see any upside to avoiding the Terra Ghost, so I can just do it turn 1, I think. They also can fake out Mousehold, but Mousehold does have Protect. Let's just Liquidation Armarouge and Protect. And even if they Dire Claw Feraligatr, at least it'll be resisted now. That's coaching, okay. This will still hurt, though. Not enough. It's Weak Armor. I think Weak Armor Weakness Policy. I just gave them Weak Armor Weakness Policy. Probably should have seen that coming when I, saw... What's it called? Coaching. Okay, I might just lose to this now. I kind of want to Aqua Jet Armarouge. The problem is I think they'll switch Indeedee in. So I'm going to Liquidation again, and I'm also going to Population Bomb, and I'm going to hope that one of my Pokemon gets an attack off. They just Heat Wave, so I could have just Aqua Jetted. But I'm going to lose for having not done that, I think. I do get a second chance, though, with Basculegion coming in. I'm going to Weather Ball. I'm Hurricaning this Sneasler, and I'm just going to call that they don't switch because they didn't last turn. So I'm going to Aqua Jet Armarouge here. But I could have gotten it with the Aqua Jet from Feraligatr. That's a little frustrating. Okay, they still don't switch Indeedee in. It's Ninetales, so we do KO Armarouge here. And we still land the Hurricane for a lot of damage, actually. Of course, I can't get Rain back up ever this game. They can't set Trick Room this turn. I'm going to read I think they probably protect Ursaluna. I'm going to Ice Weather Ball it just in case, but I'm also going to protect Basculegion. They don't protect, they just Aurora Veil. Weather Ball still does a lot. So that chip might be valuable. And they don't have their Flame Orb yet, so they don't KO Pelipper. And here I will Wave Crash and Hurricane Ninetales. Wave Crash Ursaluna, Hurricane Ninetales. They get a Moonblast into Basculegion first, but doesn't do too much. Get rid of Ursaluna. We land the Hurricane and KO Ninetales, and it's just the Sneasler left. It'll be faster than Basculegion, right? Just gonna Ice Weather Ball and Aqua Jet. Or Dark. We crit the Aqua Jet. That might actually be the key here. No, Pelipper's still going to lose to this. I'm in a Hurricane because I need the damage if I get an attack off at all. But, oh, I like the combination of Fling and Thief. That's kind of cool. But yeah, they got me. Maybe it's a different game if Feraligatr Aqua Jets Armarouge. But from the way they played turn 1, I really thought they had Indeedee in the back and we're going to switch it in. And hey, that stuff happens. Turned out they didn't bring Indeedee at all. Okay, another Ninetales team. Dragon, Goldengo, Electabuzz, Incineroar, Annihilate. This is tricky. Has every team had Intimidate so far? Maybe not that last one. I don't remember. Chowdon is strong into some of these. Let's do the Feraligatr Archaludon lead again. I don't like Mousehold that much because they have 2 Population Bomb immunities on very strong Pokemon, so I think I'm going to bring Pelipper Basculegion in the back. We'll run back the same mode from the first game of the video. Let's see what that does for us. Okay, Hydreigon, Electabuzz. I kind of want to just get Rain Up and Liquidation this Electabuzz. So Archaludon might be strong in this position, but I do think it's what I'm going to switch out for Pelipper here. Follow Me is fine. I hope. Doesn't quite KO. Alright. But I can Aqua Jet it now, so Feraligatr gets the attack off before Hydreigon attacks. And I'll just go for Tailwind with Pelipper. Okay, Electabuzz is gone. Dark Pulse Pelipper. Do they flinch? Nope, no flinch. So I get my Tailwind up. I can threaten an Ice Punch into Hydreigon now. They take away my Rain, but I am just going to go for that Ice Punch, I think. And I'm going to switch Pelipper out to Archaludon. Because if I get rid of Hydreigon here... Ooh, almost. What I was going to say was then Archaludon is a big threat to Ninetales. Well, Hydreigon is KO'd, so that still kind of works. They can't switch anymore because they're about to send in their last Pokemon, so I can get my Rain back for the rest of the game. And I'll let Goldango, or I'll let Pelipper go down swinging with a Weather Ball into Goldango. And I'll also just Electroshot it. I mean, maybe they protect it and attack with Ninetales. But if they don't, exactly. And if I ignored Goldango and they just went for Nasty Plot or something, that gives them a lot of momentum. So I don't mind the play that I made there. And they take away my Electroshot drop or boost immediately, but Ninetales is just not beating these Pokemon. Plus, I still have Basculegion in the back. The Feraligatr put in so much work in the early game, and even when they take it down, there's still another threat like it that they have to deal with, so they forfeited there. Okay, we got a Ninetales Glaceon team. That's fun. And that is 3... I've agreed to open team sheets, so I will too. That is 3 Alolan Ninetales teams in a row. Double Dragon, Mousehold, Basculegion, and yeah, the Glaceon. The Specs Glaceon is a threat for sure. So is the Basculegion. I'm not actually sure how I beat that. Well, I do have a Moongus, at least. Might have to bring a Moongus to this one. Honestly, I'm thinking about leaving my Water-type attackers behind and just doing an Archaludon game plan here. Like, lead Archaludon Mousehold, bring Pelipper and a Moongus in the back. Let's try it. Why not? Okay, we see Glaceon and Ninetales. So it's Terra Ice Glaceon. It can't turn off its fighting weakness. I kind of want to just side Population Bomb and Body Press, but how much am I taking from these blizzards? It's probably safer to switch to Pelipper and Flash Cannon Glaceon. Fortunately, I don't have Wide Guard on this Pelipper, but okay, I deny Aurora Veil there. Glaceon takes quite a bit from that Flash Cannon, and it can miss Blizzard, although it doesn't. It could have. Now, we also know that Archaludon is faster than Glaceon, so that's good news. Because I can just Flash Cannon that. I think I can just Flash Cannon that slot again and switch to a Moongus. We see their Archaludon come in. Glaceon is gone. They can get Snow back up, but their biggest offensive threat in Snow is off the board now. I can Flash Cannon their Ninetales and Spore their Archaludon. Or just Pollen Puff my Archaludon. But I think the Spore is okay. Didn't really think about a Moongus taking the Blizzard there, but it actually takes it pretty well. They'll get their Power Herb Electroshot, but Amogus can handle that through the resistance. We KO Ninetales. Put their Archelodon to sleep. Do they have stamina? They do. Okay. Well, Phantom Force, Dragon Darts, U-Turn, Psychic Fang. So it probably goes for Phantom Force, in which case I think I can just Dragon Pulse Archelodon and Pollen Puff my Archelodon. I think I guessed wrong. Yeah, they're going for Dragon Darts. Do have +2 defense on Archelodon at least, but I missed a chance to take a KO on their Dragapult there. Did a lot to their Archelodon though. And I can get Mouse Hold, I think. Dragon Pulse. I can Population Bomb their Dragapult because of the Terra Dragon. I just need Mouse Hold to take the Dragon Darts. Chalodon survives. Yeah, saw that coming. Mouse Hold survives. Population Bomb. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. KOs. Their Chalodon wakes up. That was probably the one way they could beat me at this point. I don't know how I beat their Chalodon now. I mean, I'll just land my biggest... Will I even? Pelipper's probably faster. Land my biggest Terra Stellar Weather Ball into it. Actually, wait, I can follow me. Follow me, Weather Ball, and then if I need a second one, I should be able to do that. Yeah, Mouse Hold keeping Pelipper alive for an extra turn might be... I don't know the calcs, but hopefully it might enable me to win this one. My opponent, I just noticed my opponent's name is Team Sheets, and they accepted open Team Sheets immediately, so they really want people to do that, I guess. Yeah, Mouse Hold drops to Body Press, but it looks like Pelipper will just get the KO here. Look at that. Terra Stellar, Weather Ball, and Rain doing a lot to that Archelodon. You love to see it. Okay, this person has a Greninja. Speaking of fun starters that you don't see too often in this meta. I can see them doing swamp stuff with Greninja and Rillaboom. It won't hit terribly hard as an attack, but it's good speed control for them, of course. But this feels like another game for my Archelodon. And not so good for Feraligatr and Basculegion. Maybe I can bring one of them. But I think I just lead Archelodon Pelipper here. Mouse Hold. Let's bring Mouse Hold and Basculegion. Basculegion gives me a little bit more cover for the Goldango, at least. And with Last Respects, it can cover that better than Feraligatr does, or can, considering I don't know Goldango's Terra type. Okay. Not ideal. Let's just try to get rid of this Whimsicott. Actually, I probably need Pelipper to quick Tailwind this turn. Just gonna Flash Cannon Whimsicott. If it doesn't have a Scarf, maybe I can one-shot it. This will knock Pelipper down to its Sash, but I still get my Tailwind. Doesn't quite one-shot Whimsicott anyway. Okay. We'll go for an Electro Shot into it here. And honestly, let's just protect Pelipper. Just make it take a little bit longer for them to remove it. Yeah, exactly. I body pressed my Archelodon. That's not ideal, but right now I have a defense boost and they don't. But as soon as I start attacking their Archelodon, they get defense boost too. Greninja can finish off my Pelipper here. And it might be best to just let it do that. But I can Electroshot it. Let's trip their Archelodon. They have Haze. Well, that takes away their boost too, at least, although I did just give them another stamina boost right there. They'll finish Pelipper off, so good thing I kept it around a little bit longer. We one-shot Greninja and get a special attack boost back, and now I can get Mouse Hold in. And click Dragon Pulse into our Chaladon and Population Bomb into Rillaboom. Fake me out, that's true. Should have Terra Ghosted there. But they don't double into Mouse Hold, so it'll get another chance. We do some damage to their Chaladon. It's hard. I think I'm going to switch into Basculegion. I think they're going to attack our Chaladon again. I can sack Basculegion, and if I keep Mouse Hold on the field, then I actually am going to Terra Ghost here as well, in case they body press Mouse Hold. And then if I get rid of Rillaboom here, I can follow me and hopefully get my Chaladon to win the end game. Mouse Hold almost drops to the Grassy Glide, but not quite, so if they don't double into Mouse Hold... But I also need to KO Rillaboom here. Okay, Population Bomb gets the KO. They go for Electro Shot into Basculegion. Okay. But that gives me our Chaladon back. I might still lose. I'm not confident that this Dragon Pulse KOs. But it's the play that I have right now, so follow me, Dragon Pulse. The game ended, so actually I do think it worked. It did. Nice. Mouse Hold and our Chaladon coming through again. I know this is the Feraligatr video, but look at that duo putting in work. Now we get a sand team, so we faced every kind of weather already in this video, which I guess says something about the meta at time of recording. Oh, and this is the team that won Lille. Makes sense. Well, I'd just like to go crazy with Feraligatr if I can. Also, our Chaladon is good into the Terra Water Corviknight. Although it has some issues with some of the other pieces, but I think I could do this mode again. Let's try it. Sneasler Excadrill. Tricky. Does the Sneasler have Sash on this team? I think it does, right? Let's just go for the Liquidation into Excadrill and get Rain up. They could be getting Sand up, although I think if we both switch this turn, like if they switch Sneasler out and I switch our Chaladon out, I think their switch will go first, and that means I get my weather. But we'll see. Looks like only I switched. Fake out Feraligatr. Okay. The Swords Dance. This is really bad because now they can switch Tyranitar in and just knock my stuff out. But I think I just sack Feraligatr here. If it is a sack. And I go for Tailwind. Direclaw Pelipper. And put it to sleep! Oh no. So no Tailwind for me. Just throw Liquidation at Excadrill again, and this time I will switch Pelipper out so that I can switch it back in to turn their Sand off if they do that this turn, but they still don't, actually. We do at least have the Direclaw immunity. That's right, the Sash is on Excadrill on this team. Okay, well, kind of messed that up. Now I have a Sleeping Pelipper and a Basculegion to try to pull this back. So we'll just Weather Ball into Sneasler and Aqua Jet into Excadrill so that even if they switch Tyranitar in, Basculegion still will go first. Okay. Direclaw KOs Pelipper though. There's the Tyranitar. We're just going to throw a Terra Water Wave Crash into that. Opponent says GG easy again in chat, but they're using a team that won a regional and I'm using a team that I threw together for a fun video, so I don't really know what point they think they're proving. And hey, best of one ladder is tough. Hi YouTube, they said. I don't know if you can see that. Oh yeah, it's on screen. So say hi back, comments. Be polite. Oh, Kilowattrel on another Sand team. And I'm still going to swear by Feraligatr, Archaladon, Pelipper, Basculegion for this one. We see Kilowattrel and Garchomp. I wonder what ability the Kilowattrel has. Wind Power is probably most likely, right? A few different ways we can approach this. I think I'm just gonna Liquidation Garchomp and switch to Pelipper. I was thinking about trying to make some plays with Archaladon, but... And actually, I might have been better off doing that. Oh, it's not Wind Power, though, so it could be Volt Absorb. In which case... Or, I guess competitive is probably more likely. Volt Absorb least likely, but, you know, I don't want to Electro Shot into it if it's going to be immune, is the point. Let's try that again and see if I can get my own Tailwind, but they might deny it. Actually go out to Tyranitar, so I don't get my Liquidation boost, or my Rain boost on the Liquidation. It'll still do a lot. I get my Tailwind now. I'm down to just Aqua Jet Garchomp and switch Pelipper out to Archaladon. Potentially get Rain back up in a moment. Okay, they protect Garchomp, but they do give Archaladon a stamina boost here, so that's nice. Might find myself needing that. I'll click another Aqua Jet into Garchomp, cover for it trying to get an attack off, and I'll just go... They Terra Tyranitar here. I'll just go right for a Body Press. Make them prove it. Oh, the Sandveil Garchomp, and I missed the Aqua Jet. That's totally fair play, but unfortunate for me, because I lose Feraligatr there. At least I have a backup Water type once again in the back. I can... I'll go Pelipper to get the Rain back. I'm also the only one with Tailwind this turn. So, Garchomp will probably protect, right? I'm going to assume that it will, and hope that I don't get burned. And I'm just going to Weather Ball. Terra Grass just in case, and Dragon Pulse. Double target Kilowattrel, try to deny another Tailwind from them. If they actually protect Kilowattrel, oh, they protect both. Now I've opened my Archaladon up to Hurricane damage. It's not what I wanted. Or Air Slash, yeah. Wouldn't be Hurricane on this team. Okay, so good protect by my opponent as they make me... They turn my Terra into a detriment to me there. The Garchomp will drop to Life Orb Recoil, so I'm just going to attack Kilowattrel. No reason to take Recoil. I have 200 power last respects. Let's click that. If it has a Focus Sash, and that's still intact, and it KOs back with an Electric attack. Okay, but it doesn't. That would have been good for them. We get 2 KOs here, so they have 1 Pokemon left, and it's Goldango. I can protect and see what it does. I still have 2 turns of Rain. That does create an opening for the opponent to potentially stall my stuff out. Okay, Terra Water or Dragon Goldango would resist Wave Crash, but there's no common Terra type that resists Last Respects, so I'll click that. They protect this turn. Okay. Try it again. They get the double protect. Okay. There goes my Rain. Well, they played to their out. Hey, might still be faster. It's possible. And we are. Okay, so Basculegion was able to pull that one back. And you know what? Having the 2 physical water types kind of paid off there, because Feraligatr, you know, had some trouble in the early game, got a little unlucky, had to deal with some strong attacks from the likes of Tyranitar, but then after that I still had Basculegion in the back to clean up. So as far as I'm concerned, Feraligatr played its role very nicely in that game, even with unfortunate hiccups like the Aqua Jet miss. This person is running a Rain team, but they also have a Golduck. I think Golduck gets Swift Swim. It does. It also gets Cloud 9. So it could benefit from the weather, or it could negate the weather, but I think more likely benefit from it on this team. But yeah, another Archaladon... I was going to say Mirror, Archaladon Rain Mirror. It is that in the sense that we're both using Archaladon Rain, but otherwise the teams are very different. And they have that Sinistra to keep their Archaludon healthy, which is a problem. But I do think I just lead Pelipper Archaludon into these. I don't love Mousehold into this because Archaludon takes Population Bomb well and is actually buffed by it, and then they have 2 immunities. I could bring a Moongus to try to help keep my Archaludon healthy in comparison to their Sinistra, and I can bring my Basculegion. The alternative is to try to overwhelm them with Feraligatr, but that does kind of work into Sinistra and Indeedee, but not so much the other Pokemon. So I'm going to do this. It might make for a tough game, but we'll see. Okay, we see Golduck and Politoed. I don't know what the Golduck is going to do, but I'm just going to go for Tailwind and Electroshot into Golduck. Maybe it... I don't think Cloud9 is an ability that announces itself, so maybe I am going to get bamboozled here by the weather being secretly turned off. But I'm not sure, actually. In any case, I'm guessing it's more likely to be Swift Swim Golduck. My opponent's taking some time to think about this one, I guess. That's okay. They're almost out of time, though. Skill swap. Wait, they just gave Swift Swim to my Archaludon, though. Wait, Archaludon's gonna go crazy after this Tailwind. What were they cooking? They did take my stamina away, but I don't know how important that's going to be in this game. And of course I can get it back by switching if I don't mind giving up the Electroshot boost, but like I could just click Electroshot into Politoed next turn, right? Are they just taking maximum time for everything? I hope not. Never like to see that. I don't know why people do that. There's their Archaludon. I guess I'll just Weather Ball that and Electroshot Politoed. I have all the speed control right now. Might as well use it. Yeah, I don't know what is going on here. But if this game takes a little longer, so be it. Too bad I don't have Feraligatr on the field putting in work to at least make this a little bit more palatable. But Feraligatr's already put in a lot of work in this video, and it may get more opportunities, depending on how long we keep going here and what matchups we see. There's the Electroshot into Politoed, that'll KO, and the Weather Ball into our Archaludon. Does some damage. Honestly, less than I hoped. KO Pelipper back, but now I get a Moongus. I can go for a Spore. I think that's okay. I'm going to take maximum time for everything. Gives me more time to think, except I don't know that I have all that much to think about right now. Maybe when I see what their last Pokemon is. Okay, Basculegion. I think I'm okay to just Spore Archaludon and Electroshot Basculegion. Hopefully. We'll find out in about 30 seconds. Tell me in the comments how your 30 seconds went. What did you do at the time? Okay. There goes our Chaladon. So the Swift, or Basket Legion... Oh, it actually has a sash. Okay, so that caught me a little bit off guard, but they don't get the KO still. And I think I can just Rage Powder and finish Basket Legion off here. The accidental Swift Swim Archaladon in Tailwind really putting in work here. How often do you see an Archaladon zoom like that? The battle might not be fast, but this Bridge Dragon sure is. This staple remover that I have sitting here swimming at Olympic speed. That's really something. Basket Legion does not go for an Aqua Jet. Chaladon stays asleep, and we'll just Rage Powder and +4 Dragon Pulse here. Feels pretty safe. I still have Swift Swim, so my Chaladon will still be faster than theirs, but Rage Powder just to be safe. But they forfeited. So that was an odd game, but our Chaladon put in a lot of work after getting skill swapped there. Nothing to do with Feraligatr, but still a fun time. Okay, we got a Skeledirge now. A lot of starters on the ladder today. Huh. And it's another sand team. Feraligatr, I mean, I've only clicked Swords Dance once all video. Feraligatr doesn't need its boost to put in work into this unaware Skeledirge. Just throw off a Liquidation or an Ice Punch if I see the Grass Terra. And Mousehold might be worth it. Moongus might be worth it, but no, I think I just like these friends here this game. Okay, we see Glamora and Porygon 2, so I'm kind of inclined to honestly just Swords Dance and Flash Cannon Glamora. I don't want to hit it with a physical attack and give it Toxic Debris, ideally. Although I suppose for this team that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Unfortunately, I didn't bring a Moongus to absorb the Toxic Spikes, though. Porygon 2 goes Terra Fighting and just immediate Terra Blast into our Chaladon, but let's see what a Liquidation does to it now. And I'll double into it. They could Earth Power. They could Earth Power our Chaladon here. Alright, then let's Liquidation and switch to Pelipper. It's bringing Pelipper in earlier than I'd like, but if they force my hand, they force my hand. Do one-shot Porygon 2. How often do you see a Porygon 2 get one-shot? Okay, and now they get Tyranitar in, but how well are you taking that? And I think I can sack our Chaladon if I can get Pelipper back in and set the rain back up. They go Mortal Spin. We'll Poison Feraligatr, but Tyranitar didn't Terrasilize, and it just gets one-shot by Liquidation too. And look, Feraligatr really making a statement this game as the opponent brings Skeledirge in and then forfeits. They only have water-weak Pokemon left on the field. They didn't have a Water Resist, but the only Pokemon they brought that wasn't weak to it was Porygon 2. Doesn't matter, that got one-shot by Feraligatr anyway. So, yeah. You know, you can understand why Feraligatr doesn't have much of a place in the meta, but that doesn't mean you can just sleep on it. This person has a Weezing, so that can mess with some of... Okay, we'll do open team sheets. That can mess with some of my ideas. Ability Shield Tauros too, so they still get their Intimidate next to Weezing. Specs Goldango. Life Orb Houndoom is interesting. Have to watch out for the Encore and the Focus Sash on the Whimsicott. Grass Knot's pretty unusual. Throat Spray, Blood Moon, Ursaluna. Okay. I think we're just gonna do our thing here. They're working pretty well so far. Yeah. Okay, Weezing Tauros. That's probably okay. Our Chaladon being Terra Grass means that I can't cover for Close Combat weakness and Sludge Bomb weakness at the same time. But if I just switch to Pelipper and I Terra Grass Electroshock Wheezing. That's already putting some pressure on them, I think. Yeah, we'll take the close combat. We won't get a stamina boost because of the neutralizing gas, but I don't think they click Sludge Bomb into our child on turn 1. And you know what? I didn't account for them stopping the Drizzle. That's unfortunate by me. That's an unfortunate play by me. I messed that up. Pelipper's probably faster than Wheezing, so I can Tailwind and get the Electroshot off here. I wouldn't bet that it one-shots, though. It might be better to just, like, Hurricane Wheezing and finish the Electroshot. It could protect, though. If it protects, they just got me. That's a Wild Charge on the Tauros, threaten Pelipper. I'm committing to my play, though. Grass. The Hurricane Tauros. Well, actually, I couldn't have done anything because they just one-shot Pelipper there. But they do deny rain for the entire game, and that's just badly played by me. I messed that up. Hopefully Feraligatr can bail me out. I think that's going to be a tall order. We'll Ice Punch Tauros here, and Dragon Pulse Wheezing. At least our Chaldon is faster than Wheezing. See? Attack Tauros, so I could have just doubled into Wheezing there. And I would have KO'd it then. Instead I don't. But they miss a Will-O-Wisp into Feraligatr. That's big. We can try again with the Ice Punch. Try to get rid of this Wheezing. Maybe I need to double into Wheezing. On the other hand, maybe this is when they protect Wheezing. I don't know. Game is hard. It's a hard game. I'm just gonna make what I'm calling a mid-ground play and hope it works out. Okay, they switch Tauros out. We'll get the Ice Punch into Whimsicott. Wouldn't have KO'd anyway because it's the Focus Sash, but of course I don't have Sheer Force switched on right now. Now I do. Wheezing is finally gone, but it might be too late. What are they bringing in? They seem to be thinking about it. Ursaluna. Yeah, because I can just Tailwind and mess me up here. I'll just go right for a Liquidation into Ursaluna, hope Feraligatr takes the attack. And, hey, if I can finish... I don't think I'm going to be able to finish Whimsicott off with this Flash Cannon, but if I can, that would be nice. Oh, they actually do give me the Whimsicott here, but they still get their Tailwind up. But... Feraligatr's going to get intimidated, too. So what I was thinking was, if I Aqua Jet Ursaluna, and then I Aqua Jet Basculegion... No, I think I need to just hope that I can get this Liquidation. I'm not confident that I can. Yeah, I'll try. I think I'm too slow to remove the Tauros here, as, yeah, both my Pokemon are... Oh, not both. Only one of my Pokemon drops to the Hyper Voice, but that's probably enough. That did a lot of damage, actually. Hang on. Hang on. Still have Tailwind. Aqua Jet Ursaluna here. Dragon Pulse Tauros. Depending on how this is positioned. Okay. Oh, hold on, but I'll get the KO on Tauros here. I think I win. So I was envisioning an end game. Sorry, I realized I wasn't talking much there. Where Basculegion survives to this turn, but I've gotten rid of Ursaluna, and then I can protect around their last turn of Tailwind and hit Tauros with Last Respects. But I think this works too. I think I can just win with Aqua Jet here. Yeah, them protecting Ursaluna was too passive, and Basculegion was able to survive. And again, by the way, I said I was too slow to remove Tauros there, but it took Tauros a little bit of time to remove my Feraligatr, and then I still had Basculegion in the back. So doubling up on the physical water types is working out way better than I expected. You love to see that. At least I do. I guess I can't speak for what you love to see. This is one of those teams, though. That could be the end of the run. Let's see, though. How do I beat this Dragonite? I don't feel especially compelled to bring Mousehold or Amogus to this one, so let's just keep going with the same mode for now. And hey, if it beats a meta team like this, I'm not saying it will, but if it does, that's going to be interesting. Okay, we see Sneasler, Volcarona. I kind of want to just throw a Liquidation right at this Volcarona. Terra Ghost around a possible fake out. Yeah, let's just do it. Well, let's just do it. It'd be great if it works out and I don't get burned. Fair Fairy, but it still takes a lot. Terra, okay, breakthrough. Breakthrough. Gone. Look at that. Where did the Volcarona go? That's Rain, Sheer Force, Life Orb boosted Liquidation right there. Now we see the Dragonite. Let's see if I can Ice Punch it. I don't know. Let's find out. And I'll just Hurricane into Sneasler. Okay, they have Coaching. Scale Shot will KO Pelipper, I think, because it'll be a loaded dice Dragonite. But at least Feraligatr free too. Land the Ice Punch. Not quite KO. Okay, but I can Aqua Jet next, right? I got Basculegion in here. Let's Aqua Jet, Dragonite, and honestly Protect. Just to hedge a little bit. And look at these. Look at this. Look at my two ghost types here in the rain. This might be the first time that they're on the field together. Okay, they have the snow in the back. I probably should have figured. This won't be rain boosted. It still KOs the Dragonite. I didn't think it was going to without the rain, but look at that. And what is to stop me from just double Aqua Jetting Sneasler here? Maybe they protect it, but I'm going to make this play because it's cool if it works. Let's see. Looks like it won't KO, but also I don't get the second Aqua Jet anyway. They get a Dire Claw into Basculegion. No status. Feraligatr locked into Aqua Jet is fine. Let's go. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's just Aqua Jet again. I don't think they're protecting. They are protecting. Okay. What's Ninetales doing? Blizzard. Doesn't KO anything. I can Aqua Jet again. Let's see. They might go for the double protect, but of course they're unlikely to get it. Aqua Jet. Aqua Jet. Sneasler's gone. And I have our child on to beat in the back to beat Ninetales, right? I also still have Basculegion. And they forfeit. Oh man. That was a serious meta team that Feraligatr and Basculegion just teamed up to take down. Look at that. Some real solid tag team work there. And we continue with Apache Risu. Wow. Is that a threat? I don't know. I feel like it's just going to fold to boosted water attacks, to be honest, but it'd be cool if it doesn't. How do I beat this size spam stuff, though? How do I beat that? You know what? I kind of want to just lead Feraligatr Basculegion this time. I'll bring Pelipper in the back, but if I... No, that's silly. Feraligatr Pelipper. They don't have weather. Basculegion. I don't mind Mousehold, but it does kind of just lose to their Annihilate. Bring our child on. Run it back with the core once again. Is someone watching all my games? MCS Doce? I don't know what that's about. Is that someone I played earlier in the video? I'll have to watch back and see. Well, unless I just decide that I don't care. I don't know. Okay, Sneasler and DD. They can fake out Pelipper, but they can't fake out Feraligatr in the Psychic terrain, so... Liquidation, and I'll try to set Tailwind if I can. But yeah, if I can deny a possible Trick Room from the Indeedee. Okay, they just follow me. It's Swords Dance Sneasler, that's the setup. And I missed the chance to KO Indeedee. If I just double targeted it, I could have. I'll Terra Ghost here, in case they try for like a Dire Claw or a Close Combat into Feraligatr. And I'll actually double into Sneasler. They can redirect if they want, but... Let's just do this. Just to follow me, they do Dire Claw Feraligatr. Doesn't KO, doesn't status. DD drops. Sneasler probably has a Focus Sash. It doesn't have a Focus Sash, and we win. Okay. Next. We got Hisuian Typhlosion and Hisuian Samurott again. Let's see if that person joins the room. I said the word again in the wrong place there. We've got Hisuian Typhlosion and Hisuian Samurott on this opposing team. Let's see if that person joins the room again. There we go. You know what? Like my my Toronto Maple Leafs, I'm just gonna run back the core 4 once again. Wrong order though. There we go. Hey, it's working better for us than it did for the Leafs. So far. Maybe they'll win the cup this year. That would be nice. Let's just try to blast this Sneasler. And they don't have Psychic Terrain this time, so if there's a Focus Sash, I might still be able to get an Aqua Jet into Sneasler next turn. I'll go Pelipper. Get my Rain. Coaching. Okay. Could be a problem. No Focus Sash, so Sneasler just drops. Sacred Sword into Pelipper does not too much. We also know that Feraligatr is faster than Samurott. So I kind of want to just throw off a Liquidation. It's resisted, but it's still very strong. And honestly, let's just Hurricane Samurott too. Maybe I'll regret not setting Tailwind. Oh. Okay, well I'm glad that went into Feraligatr and not Pelipper. Never mind, they go Pelipper too. Okay, might have played that in a bit of a silly way, but I still got Swift Swim Basculate Legion in the back, and then I have Mire Chaladon. I'll Electro Shot and Protect this turn, I think. They might just KO our Chaladon. Go for Sucker Punch, trying to cover from Basculate Legion, but they have Aura Sphere on their Chaladon, so that's going to be a problem. I think I just lose to this. It's a cool team, though. Can't be too mad. Corviknight in the back. I don't think they've used their Terra yet. They haven't. And more importantly, their Chaladon is just going to KO mine pretty soon if I try to focus on removing the Corviknight. I Terra Grass, so I take the Aura Sphere better. Dragon Pulse their Chaladon and Wave Crash Corviknight and hope for the best. Terra Dragon Corviknight, okay. Well, Electro Shot wouldn't have been good then either. I get Tailwind here. Protect and hope that I can KO their Corviknight. They double into our Chaladon, so okay, we're gonna lose this one, and I believe that is the third loss of the video. The Power Herb our Chaladon, finishing my Basculate Legion off. So hey, I ran a fun and cool rain team, and I ran into another fun and cool rain team, and that's what ended the run. Can't complain too much about that, right? Nice YouTube. Okay. Cool. If that's a compliment, thank you. I'm not 100% sure what you're saying there, but yeah. So Feraligatr, right? I said early on that I had some trouble, or that I had an easy time understanding why it has some trouble in the meta, because every Feraligatr build that I looked at was just kind of a worse Basculate Legion. But again, the solution that I found to that was to just run Feraligatr and Basculegion together on the same team for overwhelming offensive power in rain. And honestly, it worked way better than I expected. I'm still not going to say that you should take this to a regional or anything, but it was really hard for a lot of those opponents to deal with Feraligatr and then also deal with Basculegion. And we also had some fun Archaladon games there, and I ended up not bringing Mousehold very often, but it put in some work too. It's a really fun Pokemon. So I enjoyed this team a lot, and I think this is a really strong start to this little starter Pokemon series here. I hope you had fun too, and we'll be back next week with a different starter of a different type.